sailing in Viking waters. Actually, the great Viking explorers like Eric the Red and Leif Erikson sailed these same waters 1,000 years ago, and we're going to retrace their steps. Right now, we're off the west coast of Greenland, our intention being to track back to Iceland along the same route taken by the Viking explorers.
Our modern-day trip of discovery is on the former Russian research ship, the Professor Moltanovsky, chartered by the adventure exploration specialists Aurora Expeditions and Ocean Wide Expeditions. Our intention is to meet up with this Viking battleship, the Icelandinger, as it celebrates the famous voyages of Leif Erikson. Back in the year 985, Eric the Red led a convoy of 25 ships from Iceland to Greenland, the new settlers including his wife and young son Leif. 15 years later, Leif took over the voyages of exploration, sailing up the west coast of Greenland to eventually discover America. Our voyage will track back along that same historic path from the Arctic Circle in Greenland, south to the fjord where they settled, and then across to Iceland, their original home. We'll take part in celebrations, Greenland's largest, to honour those Viking voyages. We'll call in at the recreated house of Eric the Red, and yes, the church his good wife made him build. We'll meet 21st century Vikings, as irrepressible as their ancestors. The Inuit influence will be examined as well. From their highly colourful villages and customs to these well-preserved mummies. Along the way, we'll be thrilled by the visual splendours of modern Greenland and Iceland. From glaciers and geysers to an abundance of Arctic flowers and wildlife. All of this in the most glorious of conditions as we sail in the wake of the Vikings. It took the Vikings 200 years in a series of grueling expeditions to find their way from Scandinavia to the west coast of Greenland. We're doing it the easy way in just 3 hours. From above, we get a clear view of the iceberg obstacle course that would have slowed Viking exploration by sea. The rugged east coast is likewise imposing and seemingly impassable. Towering snow-clad peaks leading to the vast Greenland ice cap. The terrain changes abruptly on the west coast, with snow and ice giving way to a barren, treeless moonscape as we prepare to touch down on Greenland's only international airport at Kangerlussuaq.
20, 10.
Exploring Greenland by road won't take us long. That's because the roads in Greenland aren't that very long. The formidable Greenland ice cap sees to that. I'm dwarfed by this mountain of ice, which stretches over almost all of Greenland. It's 3 kilometres or 2 miles thick in parts, and so heavy it's compacted the ground to well below sea level. The ice cap melts and calves at such a rate that it creates a river.
to come to terms with just how much water there is here in Greenland. Imagine this, if every single human being on Earth were to drink 3 billion bottles of water like this, there'd still be water left here on the Greenland ice cap.
Certainly there's water aplenty to support Greenland's hardy wildlife. That same day, I encounter caribou and a herd of muskoxen. 300 of them are flourishing here, creatures more closely related to the Rocky Mountain goat than the American bison which they resemble. Now these are creatures to be respected. They've been known to charge and kill humans. Muskox also become very aggressive with one another, as I observe up on the ice cap. Now this is quite some ritual. What we're watching here are two bull muskoxen charging at each other, getting up quite some pace before they ram each other head on. And one of these bulls will establish his superiority over the other. And they'll charge each other over and over again. What we're watching now is a second pair charging one another, again ramming each other full force, full force. How they don't kill each other I don't know, but they're putting a lot of energy and a lot of weight into these charges. Being above the Arctic Circle, there's another entrancing phenomenon being observed, the aurora borealis, or northern lights. This giant dish is scanning the skies from the Sonderstrom Incoherent Scatter Radar Facility. With Christoph Grichman collecting data. Christoph's scientific explanation is that the aurora is caused when heavy particles thrown off by the sun hit nitrogen and oxygen in the Earth's atmosphere.
And they'll light up these elements in the atmosphere just like a fluorescent light bulb would. And it creates these beautiful waving curtains in the sky.
Even though it's constant daylight here at this time of year in high summer, the aurora is active, this facility monitoring the most mesmerising of images. It's as though a snow fairy is painting watercolours across the sky. So how does Christoph find life in the wilderness of Greenland?
Lonely, but quite fulfilling, quite exciting all the time. And we have beautiful Greenlandic nature to explore and have fun in.
Experiencing Greenland's nature is top of our agenda as well. We're out into the Kangerlussuaq fjord to join a trip of exploration way south, down the coast of Greenland and over to Iceland. Our transport is a former Russian research ship, the Professor Moltanovsky. Its mission to track back along the same route taken 1,000 years ago by the Viking explorers Erik the Red and his son Leif Erikson.
Greenland is so different from mainland Denmark that it's really a whole different world. But yes, in a political sense, it's part of the Danish kingdom.
Morten Jorgensen is one of our expedition leaders, hailing from the Kingdom of Denmark, which these days includes Greenland.
We're going to be visiting several very spectacular fjords with glaciers, and we'll be visiting glaciers. We'll also visit remains of Viking settlements from approximately 1,000 years ago.
The Viking influence on Greenland has been substantial, with another of our expedition leaders, Dennis Schmidt, taking a keen interest in their role.
They are an integral part of the history of Greenland. You cannot call Greenland only an Inuit country. It has also been for a millennium now a Viking country, and many parts of Greenland were first settled by Vikings. The Viking influence from 1,000 years ago came to an abrupt halt in about 1400. And the reason for that, I think, on the whole, is climatic deterioration. We had a little ice age from 1400 to about 1650 or 1700, and that little ice age changed many of the populations in Greenland. The Vikings were not the only population to disappear.
Around the same time the Vikings were settling Greenland from Europe, the Inuits were migrating from the other direction, across from Canada. Today, their descendants live in small villages like the one we're travelling into now, Kangamuit. With such a snowy canvas to start with, it's only natural that the Greenlanders have developed a passion for vibrant colours. Every house is brightly painted. In all of Greenland, the largest island in the world, there are only 55,000 people. 500 of them live here in Kangamuit, making it Greenland's most populated village.
Many young people going to up to there where we can play football and volleyball and handball.
Hot summer days are precious here in the Arctic, and outdoors is the place to be. Greenlanders honour their dead, those who died at home with white crosses and flowers, and those who never returned from the hunt with this memorial kayak. Hunters here still kill hundreds of seals each year, many just for their skins, their bodies dumped. Freshly killed raw caribou is a delicacy. And whale flesh is hung out to dry.
What
have you got there, Dennis?
That's whale meat.
And how's it taste?
Tastes good.
Yeah, salty?
Very good. No, it's not salty, it's just good meat.
That whale would have been harpooned from this boat. The village has a quota to kill one each year. All of that is very sobering when we actually encounter a group of humpback whales as we head back to the ship.
We're following two humpbacks right here. We've counted 9 in this bay. The humpbacks are protected, of course, internationally, but the Inuit villages close to here still hunt other species of whales. These whales, though, don't appear to be frightened of us at all.
With whaling still a contentious issue internationally, the Greenlanders have been allowed to continue hunting in the traditional manner for whales like the fin whale and minkies. That reflects the fact that much of Greenland's economy is still heavily based on subsistence fishing and hunting. Thankfully, these humpbacks are spared, and for almost 2 hours they frolic all around us, surfacing and then flashing that famous tail as they dive. Further on, we explore the face of a glacier that's terminating in the sea. Here's a chance to appreciate just how forceful and powerful a glacier is, with huge slabs of ice carving off all the time.
From the distance, you don't really understand the size of these things, but then a piece like that falls off and you get an impression. There's another one.
There's carving everywhere.
It's calving, and it's what we're seeing is just relative to the height of the whole glacier is just small pieces falling off, and yet, you know, any one of those blocks could kill a man.
All right, now this bit's just come off, right?
That's right, it just came off, and that sure is the size of a car. And you still have to remember, let's say at least 70% of it is underwater, maybe even 80 or 85% of that one.
Ashore, it's a total contrast again, from pure white to a riot of colour. There are glacial streams to traverse, and all around us, intoxicating mountain scenery. For the next few days, the Professor Multanowski heads steadily south down the west coast of Greenland. These are beautiful but treacherous waters. We're now dodging sizable icebergs. Zodiacs, we take an even closer look at the sheer cliff faces. Many are adorned with hanging glaciers. Waterfalls materialize in the deepest of canyons. And huge colonies of birds make their nests in the rocky crevices.
Mostly kittiwakes, which are a very grass-hulled gull. You can identify them by their very refined body structure compared to other gulls.
So they like this cliffside refuge, eh?
Yes, birds in the northern hemisphere need cliffs to protect them, their nests and themselves from predators.
Back on shore, a heavy morning sea fog envelops us. It provides cover for these caribou to escape their Inuit hunters. Certainly the culture of guns is alive and well in the nearby settlement of Kapasilit. These well-dressed Inuits are firing their bullets into the water, their way of marking a special ceremony taking place here today. The Inuit villagers are gathering in their Lutheran church for a ceremony to mark the first communion of 5 local teenage boys. Afterwards, I'm fascinated by the Inuit's Sunday best. This headgear is more than just decoration. The nets keep out swarms of summer mosquitoes. And this ensemble is the Greenlandic national dress, a genuine custom-made seal suit with the colourful beads imported from Europe.
everything you are wearing is seal. This is seal. This is seal, yeah? Seal around your neck piece to keep you warm. And likewise your boots is seal.
Yeah.
This is the only national costume I've seen that includes trousers rather than a skirt for women. As we leave Capasilit, I spot a local Greenlandic fishing boat trawling for cod. We trail it to a large Scottish registered ship and catch a glimpse of how the Inuit fishermen sell their catch for the international market. Minutes after the fish have been caught, they're loaded aboard, weighed and processed below. The fish prepared on the spot for sale within days to fish shops around the world.
What happened there, Morton?
Cracked the iceberg.
Late that evening, we're treated to a truly magical Arctic experience, cruising on our inflatable through the icebergs. As you can see from this encounter, they're more than ice cubes. It's not hard to imagine how early Viking craft came to grief. These bergs have carved off a very active glacier nearby. Many have rolled over many times, and that combination of wave action and wind has resulted in some very beautiful shapes.
Some of these icebergs are sculpted like works of art, and we're watching them under the midnight sun.
What a joy it is to cruise through this gallery of masterpieces. Back on deck, it's 2 a.m, but who can sleep with so much to look at? The light has turned a rich golden orange. Set against the luminous white icebergs, it's a spine-tingling sight. And then, right in front of us, 2 humpback whales appear. At first we watch as they circle our ship. And then they start hunting. The technique they're using is called bubble netting, a process where they dive deep, then surface together, exhaling air and trapping the fish. They burst through the surface of the water at speed, open their huge mouths and simply let the fish fall in. For the next few hours, the humpbacks work the waters around us, gorging themselves until they're well and truly satiated.